Good afternoon, esteemed citizens who have come to attend this, although in small number, but the small is good. We have been hearing deliberations since morning, and a lot of illuminating talks and discussions have happened. My only wish and pray to God is that this is communicated to public and people see a better tomorrow. With this, today's responsibility that has been given to me is on the issue of uniting as citizens to ensure harmony, role of youth and citizens in promotion of social harmony and national integration. A part of this we have been hearing in the morning in form of various comments, and let us go for a full-blown discussion on this. On this, you can see the speakers in the paper. On this, I think first of all, I will start with Mr. Harish Sadani to say his part on this issue, what he thinks about the role of youth and the citizens in promotion of social harmony and national integration.
Thank you, sir. I come from Maharashtra, Mumbai, and I'm running an organization by the name, just to refresh in your memory, yesterday I was given the award. I head an organization by the name Men Against Violence and Abuse, which is MAVA, and I'm talking about gender-based violence, largely on women, but a group of men leading a movement towards gender justice. So, we are all talking about social harmony. Communal harmony will come to, but when you say social harmony, the harmony of the two genders, I mean, is it happening? What is the scenario? We have been all talking about or reading in papers, and we know the incidents of gender-based violence. And those who are familiar, the World Economic Forum, right from there to HDI, Human Development Index, we have all seen the status of the Indian woman. And unless you address the root cause of all that, it's not just by empowering women, but unless you work with the other gender. Men have been seen as part of the problem, but unless men are seen as part of the solution, only then I feel that, the real significant changes which we want in the status of women, that will happen. Now, how this can happen? Somebody talked in the earlier panel about patriarchy. Patriarchy disadvantages women, definitely, but it also disadvantages men. So if men have to be change agents, men have to be seen as not just perpetrators, but men have to be seen as partners, then you have to devise user-friendly, youth-friendly media by which you can reach out. And I must say that, with small experiment what I've been doing in Maharashtra, I have created a cadre of young youth male communicators who communicate with their peers and the general community on a wide range of gender and issues of sexuality, which are largely seen as women's issues. And they're using media like street theater, films, interactive discussions, and whether it is FAQ, question answer box. The idea is that how these issues, which are always seen as women's issues, when men see them as equally important, their issue, when it is a really gender issue, and you may be all agreeing with the view that for the last almost 4 decades, gender issues are the ones which are equated with women's issues. They are never seen as equally men's issues. So, if 50% of our population is staying in a situation where, disrespect is there, where there is secondary status, then I think, it's a time has come that, and today, just to give you an example, when you talk about the wide spectrum of violence against women, today I find a 7-year-old boy, I'm not talking about a 35-year-old man, 7-year-old boy giving bad words in the name of mother and sister. So what does the future hold for us? we are talking about giving dignity and status to the Indian woman, but if, we don't work with young boys, if we don't work with young men, impressionable young minds, the future is definitely going to be very difficult. There are other things which I wanted to share. So, while, when we talk about gender equality, when we talk about the issues of communal harmony, we have also seen that how the, the gender-based violence which is within the four walls, what it has to do with the communal violence which is on the street. Those who must have seen Anand Patwardhan's film Pita Putra Dharma Yuddha, I mean Father, Son and Holy War, they would know that how, the violence which is, how the man-woman relationship within the home and how religious fundamentalism and fanaticism, which is now a major issue, how it affects, women from all communities and all religions. We were talking in the earlier panel about how religion is a powerful tool, and we talked something about code of conduct. Religion gives a code of conduct, but how there are codes which specifically puts restrictions on women and all religions. The study, if one goes into deeper, how religion, puts restrictions. So I think when I try to engage young men as communicators, I find that the young team of young boys are discussing about these issues because these are day-to-day issues within their own homes, how their own sisters' restrictions are put on them, imposed upon them. So I think, if we analyze, how gender, caste, and communalism, how these are interconnected, the complexities of the three, the interface between the three, unless the youth is made, because, we find that there is social activism happening, but each one works in their own small spheres and don't see the interconnections. So I think unless when the youth is made, so and I would also like to point that there are small other experiments which are happening, like in Maharashtra, there's an organization called Yuva Kranti Dal, which is trying to, when riots takes place, there is a force of young boys who call themselves, they have formed something called Shanti Dal, and this is an experiment which has really succeeded. So in places like Sangli, Miraj and Dhule, where there were riots many years ago, so it was these youngsters who tried to form a fact-finding committee, and they would go and visit and stay, taking inspiration from Gandhiji from what he did in Naukhali. Those very places which are infested with riots, you stay there, analyze, interact with the people, talk with the people, and show that you can also stay in that circumstances with harmony. So I think with that, this group tries to train and allay and address the fears and prejudices among the community. And they try to analyze and understand the vote bank politics also behind it. And now this group is trying to work collaboratively with the Pune Municipal Corporation in Pune and address disasters which are not just man-made but also human, which are not just natural but also man-made disasters, how you can work collaboratively. Another example which I would like to give is I happen to invite one Mr. Sanjay Sachdeva sitting here in the audience. He represents something what is called Love Commando Helpline, which has been started in Delhi and which is in the wake of the series of honor killings happening in Haryana, Punjab, and the adjoining states. So this Love Commando Helpline is a helpline, a telephonic helpline, which provides the much needed succor, relief, and support system to the young boys and girls who are going in for love marriages, who are going intercaste marriages, or marriages within the same Gotra. And he has a team, associates of around almost 1.5 youths across the country who are associated with the helpline.